For one Newton South High School student, what started out helping a family member became a much bigger project when more people wanted to learn English. Here's more in the Lotus Project.
What first started off as a favor for a distant relative has now grown into a very successful academic service for students that live in Tibet.
So the Lotus Project started with me tutoring my cousin in middle school. My cousin lives in Tibet. She's a lot younger than me, and every week I'd help her with her English homework and I'd help her with her conversational skills. So we'd have this sort of casual but purposeful conversation. And in early 2022, she told me that she had some friends who were also interested in learning English. So I took them on as well. And then friends became classmates, which became more people in her community who were interested, including kids who were going off to college. So at that point, I started reaching out to people in Newton who were in my school as well as in the other school, Newton North, that we have, and I started connecting them to these students.
Nina, the founder of the Lotus Project and a senior at Newton South, talks about how this idea came to life.
Generally, when I first started, I was obviously looking for tutors who are people I know and who, for the most part, like Sophia, speak some Chinese, just to make it more comfortable, especially for the younger students who have little to no English background, so that if they have any questions, they can ask it in a language that they know well. At the beginning, our curriculum was just a doc, like a Google Doc that I made. It was a single Google Doc, and it had some questions with Chinese pinyin translations that I like to ask my students in my lessons. Things like, how was your day? Or tell me your favorite color, and why is that your favorite color? Or what's your favorite animal, and why is that your favorite animal? Your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Why do you like blue?
Because blue is very beautiful.
Very beautiful, very good. What is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is bunny.
Bunny. And why do you like bunnies?
Because bunny is very cute.
Bunnies are very cute. Very good.
Sophia Wu, who is also a senior at Newton South High School, is the head of the curriculum committee as well as a tutor for the Lotus Project.
The curriculum committee is basically a team of people who work on the curriculum. And so what we take into consideration is the person's age level and how much they know about language and sentence structure. For example, curriculum targeted towards a 5-year-old might focus more on vowels and emphasizing sentence structure, as in Chinese or Tibetan language, they're also learning how to form sentences and how to say words. Whereas a curriculum targeted towards a college student, it's more about emphasizing words and vocabulary and getting their thoughts across accurately, because they already know how sentences work, how grammar works. We just want to emphasize, expand their vocabulary towards the English language.
The project solely being a service for students, by students, has been a challenge. Yet Sophia talks about the journey of her tutoring.
At first, when my mentee, when he mispronounced words, I often dismiss them as small mistakes. And I think I oftentimes moved too fast. And my mentee, he didn't, oftentimes, when he didn't understand what I was saying, he wouldn't speak out. He wouldn't be like, hey, I don't understand what you're saying. I need help. Can we slow down? So I breezed through a lot of content really quickly. And when I asked him questions, I noticed that there wasn't that much progress. And I was maybe I need to slow down a little bit.
Not only was sharing the love of education important to Nina, but reestablishing her roots with the Tibet culture was as well.
For me, I'd say Tibetan culture is really about family, it's about community, and it's about resilience. A lot of my extended family lives in Tibet, so my entire mom's side of the family, and I have a lot of connections with the community there. So I really started the Lotus Project with the goal of helping my community in Tibet primarily. The Lotus Project, in addition, I think I said resilience, right? Tibet has a long history of political hardships and displacement, but despite that, it's amazing because the people have been able to retain this rich culture that they have. So the Lotus Project's name, the Lotus Project, comes from that culture. It's the lotus flower in Tibetan Buddhism represents liberation of the mind and a little bit about the soul. And to me, I think that really resonated with the Lotus Project's goal of expanding educational access as well as connecting different cultures.
Nina and the rest of the members of the Lotus Project team see a bright future for themselves.
Right. So in terms of the goal for the Lotus Project in the next 6 months and in the future, I'm really hoping to continue expanding it. Just in the past few months, I've had so many tutors join on and say they're interested and ask me about the Lotus Project. And I've also had so many students, there's always students in Tibet, from what I can see, who are interested in learning. Right now I have a huge list of students who are just waiting for tutors to help tutor them. So, if you're watching and you're interested, feel free to reach out to the Lotus Project and we'd be happy to connect you with someone.
This is Owen Bynum for Newton News.